So this experience happened about 6 days ago, and this was a virtual reality out-of-body experience. And basically, I went to bed, and then probably happened about 5 or 6 in the morning, and the next thing I know, I'm standing here in front of my stove. And like I said, this was a complete virtual reality experience, an out-of-body experience. But they could still, give you virtual reality experiences and you really not be out of body. But I was still out of body. They could just make you think you're out of body. But anyway, so I was out of body. I went to bed, and then like 6 in the morning, I had this experience, and but I was still in bed. But anyway, so still in bed, and then I had this out of body experience. So this is how it started. So I was standing here in front of my stove, and all erratically, oh, they've done this a lot too. They've given me like virtual reality experiences where, like, I went in the kitchen and like all this water was, leaking through my ceiling, and they gave me virtual reality experience one time with my like washer, and all this water coming out of the bottom of my washer and stuff. Well, this time, so I went out of body basically, and except, the experience didn't really start till I was just standing here in front of the stove. But like I say, it was a virtual reality experience, but whether or not I was really out of body, who knows? Because, they could still give you virtual reality experiences and you not really be out of body. Okay, so anyway, so it started like this. I was standing in front of my stove, and whoops, and then like all erratically, and I've been cooking, baking a lot, but anyway, all erratically, like both these knobs were like spinning to the left, and spinning to the right, and I kept trying to like turn them off or whatever, and I couldn't like turn them off. And it just kept doing it, like erratically, to the left and to the right and to the left and to the right. And it was over here, not over there. And then the stove, I had a pan on the stove, the same pan basically, and all the smoke kept coming out, all the smoke. And I just kept trying to like turn it off, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't turn it off. Okay, so then I looked over here, and the door was closed. The door was actually closed, and right here, I saw all this damn smoke coming from the bedroom. So I saw all this damn smoke, and I could even see the red in it. Like sometimes you could see the red in fire. I saw like red in the smoke, and I was just like, oh shit, I need to call 911. And but anyway, yeah, like I even like felt the heat and everything, and it just kept coming out, like billowing out of the bottom or whatever of the door. And like I said, mainly right here, I kept kind of looking at the smoke and seeing like all the red fire that was inside of it and stuff. And it kept getting warmer and warmer. And like I say, this was like spinning to the left and to the right, and I couldn't turn it off. And then like I say, and all the smoke was coming out of here, and I couldn't get it to stop. It just kept getting like bigger and bigger and bigger. And oh yeah, and I was asking for an experience, by the way. I was talking to Joel, or sometimes I'll just be like, any being or any reptilian want to come forward and give me an experience. Joel doesn't normally give me these type of experiences. It was a different being. But anyway, so I thought, well shit, I need to call 911. Okay, so then I go over here and I pick up my iPhone, and this was the exact iPhone and everything. In my experience, I picked up my phone and I called 911. And the first person, I did it twice. I called 911, and the first person was just kind of like, hello? And I'm thinking, is this 911 or whatever? And it's like it was just a normal person, like, and you know, it's like it was just stupid. That's not the first time they put that same thing in my scenario where I've called 911 and they act like they're really not 911 dispatchers. So yeah, so I called like 911, and like I say, the first person was like, hello, and I was like, yeah, hello, you know, like I need, you know, I need help or whatever, and they were just acting like they weren't really 911 dispatchers. So so anyway, I eventually got frustrated and I just hung up or whatever, and then eventually a few seconds later I called back again. And both times it was like, the first time it was a woman, but there was a lot of people in the background, like they were just like, I don't know, just talking and shit, like they weren't even concerned about my situation. Yeah, that was the first 911 call, a bunch of people in the background, and then, you know, woman on the phone. Okay, and then the second time I called, it was just like one woman, and she was just like, hello. And I was like, yeah, I need help. Aren't you like 911 dispatcher or whatever? And I, you know, she said some things, and then I kind of started like cussing at her, you know, and then she was just like, you know, like, and then she just like hung up. And anyway, you know what? The alien copied that. He mocked that because I did actually have that same experience. This psycho fucking bitch that I dated. God, what a psycho fucking bitch. I'm glad I don't date organic portals anymore. Actually, I call them slave matrix people, but some of them are organic portals. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, a long time ago in real life, 16 years ago, I was at this chick's apartment, and she was just one crazy bitch, okay, and she was fucking drunk, too. Okay, so, and I, wait a minute, does she have oh yeah, her apartment was upstairs, but her whole apartment was, you know, one level. And I went to her small bathroom, this is real life, I went to her small bathroom, and I tried to call 911, and it was like a black lady that answered. And yeah, like I said, just as I was doing this video, I just remembered that the alien mocked that from a real life situation. And it was a black woman, you know, sounded like a black woman that answered the phone. And this was late at night. I called, like, it was at least 2 or 3 in the morning when I called. And this was back in the Kansas City area. And I called 911, and a black lady answered. And she sounded like she was just at home, and she was like, hello? And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Are you not fucking 911 or something? But yeah, and as far as I remember, I just hung up the fucking phone. Like, what are they doing? Jacking off all night or whatever? Yeah, so anyway, the alien mocked that because they do like to shove shit in your face. The aliens do. You know, they know how to resonate with you, like as far as, you know, emotions, feelings. I mean, that's why they give me all these like lesbian, oh my god. I mean, I'll have 8 back-to-back lesbian, romance, you know. They know exactly how to resonate. I mean, like if you're into S&M, then they're going to give you that type of experiences. You know what I'm saying? They know how to resonate with you. You know, so psycho people, they're going to draw in psycho reptilians. You know, you're going to draw in whatever your personality is. So my beings, you know, are nice. So they just give me, you know, nice experiences for the most part. Yeah, so anyway, so then basically that was the end of the experience. I called back the second time under the experience, and she was like, yeah, because as far as I remember, that woman in this experience sounded like a black lady. She sounded exactly like the woman from 16 years ago. And like, hello? And I'm like, you know, what the fuck or whatever. Yeah, so anyway, but like as far as I remember in real life, 16 years ago, I just hung up the phone because I couldn't get anywhere. Like, you know, I don't know what the hell they do, but sometimes they're jacking off or something. Okay, so anyway, basically this demon obviously stayed around my house for a while because Oh, yeah. This happened on Thursday morning. So last Thursday, yeah, so I was right. That's about 6 days ago, right? Yeah, last Thursday morning, this experience happened. And, I mean, it was all totally virtual reality. This wasn't like lucid dreaming, totally virtual reality. And, this demon, reptilian or whatever, or Satan or whatever, stayed in my house. He's probably still in here. But yeah, he stayed in my house for a while because Friday when I came home from, Friday when I came home for lunch, and normally I do it every day. I come home for lunch because I got so many damn animals to take care of and crap. So, yeah, so I came home for lunch, and I was standing in my kitchen, and I smelled the strong, I was standing like right here, and I was smelling this strong, this is in real life, sulfur smell. I mean like sulfur shit smell. It smells like shit. It smells like rotten freaking eggs. It smells like shit. You know, sometimes shit can smell like sulfur. Sometimes it doesn't. And I was thinking, God, Bobby, did you just go take a dump or something? Or Cesar, did you go take a dump? And, but they were still here. They were just all still just chilling out on the floor. But I did go in here real quick just to look at the litter pans. And, you know, there was no, both litter pans were clean and everything. Yeah, so it was like that demon, you know, because they give off like sulfur smells, that demon reptilian or whatever. That gave me that experience. And, yeah, so he lingered around my house for a while. And not only that, it was like, when was it? Was it Monday? Or was it on the weekend? Oh, no, I think it was a weekend. So Friday, I smelled the sulfur smell. And then it was like Saturday or Sunday, I think I did go out of the house for an hour or 2 or 3. And then I came in here, and both of my bulbs were blown out. Both of these light bulbs were burned out, were burnt, completely burned out. Both these light bulbs. And this light bulb, the UVB bulb, it was like all dark and brownish at the bottom and crap. But the funny thing is, this was turned off. That was actually turned off. And, you know, that shouldn't have been turned off. Because I had this on when I left. I always keep it on until I go to bed. And then I don't even turn that off, though. I only turn this off. That off right there. Okay, and then another thing that happened, but I don't know if that was the same demon or whatever. And this was about, it was about a day after that. Then I was getting ready to go to bed after that, you know, after the incident of the sulfur smell and the 2 light bulbs burned out. And then I was about to go to bed a few nights ago, and I turned the light on. As far as I remember, I just had that one light on. And then it just went out. It just completely went out. And so the whole room went black. But the thing is, there's no way that could have just went out. I mean, you have to like force this. You gotta, oh my God, you gotta like force it off. And like that light bulb right there just totally went out. See, because I just had one light bulb on, like this. There's only one light bulb on. And it just went out completely black. And like I say, it's not loose or anything. And you gotta use tremendous force to get that off. But anyway, so I don't know if the demon did that, but he probably did. So I don't know if he's still in here, but I'm not smelling shit anymore. Or at least not sulfur shit. But yeah, and that's not the first time I've smelled that. I've smelled that many times before. You know, back, you know, in Kansas City in my apartment, I smelled it before. Right? It was weird. I came home from work at like 1:30 in the morning, and I've had this bag forever. And it almost seemed like it came out of my bag. Like I sat it down on the floor in my little apartment, and I smelled a strong sulfur egg smell, shit smell. And like I say, it appeared to me that it almost just came out of my bag. And I was already, you know, attuned to things back then. Like, I knew that smell, you know, I've heard that it was, you know, spirits and all that. I knew that it was probably a paranormal smell. I knew that. But I didn't know about aliens. I didn't know that, you know, they were actually, you know, reptilians and stuff back then. I just knew that they were like spirits. So I knew, you know, even at that time, I knew that a sulfur smelled. I already, you know, knew that that meant, you know, a spirit or bad spirits or whatever. Because I've already heard all of that from Sylvia Brown and some shows that I've watched. But anyway, so that was my experience. Yeah, it was just weird. I mean, because it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and it just kept spinning all erratically. That's pretty cool, though. And what's really weird, too, is I've, back in Kansas City, at that same little apartment, I put on, I used to get EVPs on my recorder, my old recorder. Yeah, here it is right here, actually. My old recorder. And I've gotten EVPs and stuff before. And I haven't really talked about that. But anyway, it was so weird, because I went to bed and I started recording, and like the next day when I played it back, it sounded like the what the aliens were doing, but they were doing it all ethereally. It sounded like this is what they were doing. They were taking like all my pots and pans, and they were just throwing the shit out of them all over my kitchen, like bam, bam, clang, clang, and my mom happened to come up too, and I even played it back. I played it to her, and she's like, "Ew, that's so weird." And I was like, "I know, because I know that, you know, it really wasn't physical sounds." I mean, so basically, I know this is kind of weird, but like I don't you know, I don't study, you know, what hardcore metaphysics is or anything like that. Or, you know, what's it called? Quantum physics or anything like that. I only know what I experienced. But anyway, so apparently, like, you can play a tape recorder, and the aliens can literally, ethereally, can kind of take your items, your physical items, or whatever, and, like, kind of, well, I don't know, I guess they're kind of, when they're, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's kind of like they're taking, it's like ethereally, they're throwing all my pots and pans around ethereally or something while I'm sleeping, and on the tape recorder, it's recording like as if it's all physical sounds. That's what's really weird. I mean, it went on for a long, long time, and it was loud, 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 loud clanging, and there's nobody else that lives in my apartment. And like I say, my mom came up, and she listened to it as well, and she was just like, "That is so weird." I mean, it went on for a long, long time, you know, and there's no way it was true physical sounds, because it would have woke me up, you know what I'm saying? It's like they were taking all of my pots and pans and throwing them around ethereally, you know, because it's kind of like they're kind of in a different dimension, and kind of overlaying this one or whatever, and then, but it was being recorded as physical sounds on this thing, man. It was so weird. But yeah, I need to start doing some more EVP stuff. But yeah, what was really weird is, you know, when I met my spirit guide, and then no, I think it was Danley and Mabe first, and they're both black guys. And what was really funny, I had an EVP that sounded like a black man, and it sounded like kind of like hello, like he was trying to say hello. But you know, I mean, you know, I'm not so sure if Danley and Mabe, I don't really think, you know, I'm not so sure if, you know, I think it's the reptilians that are doing that. I mean, they can mock anybody, but it sounded like a black man. And I already knew Danley and Mabe are black guys. I even saw glimpses of them. And it sounded like he said, hello? Or, you know, but it was, you know, wasn't even that clear, but it totally sounded like a black man, and I knew it was Mabe, I think. And, but anyway, Yeah, they showed me them and everything, and my spirit guide.